Hey guys, it's Miss Fleck here. I'm going to show you the model of our body biography projects. We are doing a body biography over your who was person. This is basically just a book report, but using a body biography to tell the story. So as I talk about each piece, you should see a picture show up on your screen of Amelia Earhart. So I read who was Amelia Earhart, and then I did a body biography based on the book. The first thing I want you to notice is her appearance. So I did a Google search of some images of Amelia Earhart, and also there were a few pictures in the Who Was biography. And I based her clothing and her appearance off of what stuff she would wear and what she would look like. So if you notice, she has a leather jacket on and pants, and then an aviator hat. Her goggles aren't on her, but that's because I used those as her eyes. I'll talk about that in a minute. So make sure that your character's appearance fits their time period of where they came from, something that goes along with your Who Was book. And then if you see, I have her heart. In her heart, I put something that she most desires. This was the thing that she wanted the most. So that's what you're going to put in the heart. You can place the heart on your person or off your person. I chose to put it on top of her jacket. The next thing I want to show you is the spine. So the spine, I decided to make her jacket where it opened and put the spine right on her shirt in the middle of her body. You can also place the spine off of your character if you want to. And the spine shows where the character got their courage. And she got her courage from her family, from her desire to fly, and in her belief that women should have equal rights. All right, and then next we have the hands. So you have two hands. So this part, you should have two things that your person would hold in their hand. Would they rather be carrying school books? Would they be carrying movie ticket stubs? Would they be carrying something else around? Amelia wanted that airplane steering wheel in her hands at all times. That's all she wanted to do was fly. So I have an airplane steering wheel in one hand. And in the other hand, while reading the book, I found out she received a medal from President Hoover for being the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. And so there I've replicated in the best way possible with craft supplies a gold medal. The next thing I want you to look at is the background. So Amelia loved to fly. So I basically put her in the clouds because that's where she liked to be. And while I was reading the book, she wanted to break lots of records, and she actually ended up breaking a few records for flying the highest without the enclosure back when before the airplanes were completely enclosed. Now I want to show you the eyes. I used her aviator goggles to draw pictures of what we would see if we were looking through Amelia's eyes. So the first one is the hot air balloon. That's one of the first flying things she got to see, and it really started and inspired her to dream to be a pilot, to dream to be in the air. And then the other picture is as if she was sitting in a plane and seeing the front propeller. So that's what we would see if we were looking through Amelia's eyes. Now next we have the brain. All I did was put a thought bubble here. And these are the things she thought about the most. Obviously, she thought about flying in planes constantly. She also thought a lot about women's suffrage and the fact that they deserve to have careers and be treated equally just like anybody else. And so I just picked a couple of things and put a thought bubble above her head. And then the other thing above her head is a speech bubble. And that is a quote directly from Amelia. Now in my book, they only quoted her directly one time. So I did Google this, quotes by Amelia Earhart, and chose one that I thought fit her the best, or one that inspired me the most. And now the last piece we have are both legs. So the left leg is where your character has been. So if you notice, I put where she was born. And then, of course, because she was a pilot, she flew all around the world and was in many different places. So I just listed those there next to her left leg. And then the last thing is her right leg. And this is where you put what your character's foundations or beliefs were, the things that they stood on. Now, you guys have already written paragraphs with these things in them, and I will send those out as well. If at any point you want to change what you put or you come up with a better idea, that is totally fine. But make sure you reference your paragraphs if you can't remember what you chose for each part of your character's body biography. Hope you enjoyed Amelia Earhart.